Look guys, you know this is a sneaker channel. I ain't no artist. In fact, I don't really know that much about art, but wait, I know, this isn't normal, this isn't your standard, here's a beautiful pair of Jordans, or here's the latest Yeezy. We're talking art, we're talking shoes, but you've clicked on this video, so you must know what I'm talking about, and what we're talking about is the Museum of Modern Art in New York City, and its brand stores which are around the world. I think I counted up to 10 of those MOMA, Museum of Modern Art stores around the world. I think they call them design stores around the world. And the thing is, what they've gone ahead and done is they've taken some absolutely iconic art and they've put them on some absolutely iconic sneakers. So that's why it makes sense for me to be talking about them. But just full disclosure, if I make a mess of an artist's name or if I don't quite get the title of a piece of art right, this is a sneaker channel. It's not an art channel. So it's sneakers first and then the art. And if the art isn't quite right, I do apologize, but I will do my best because these are well worth looking at. I mean, the Museum of Modern Art in New York City is absolutely iconic. And the VANS line, any VANS has kind of got a sort of iconic feel to it. But then they've gone ahead and just put on these prints onto multiple different VANS shoes. So it's not just one silhouette. You've got the old school twist, you've got the authentic, you've got the era, and you've got the slip-ons in this set. And then in a few weeks' time, there's going to be another set that comes along with a whole different bunch of prints from a whole different bunch of artists on them. So we're going to focus on the set that's upcoming right now. I think I'm right in saying it's September the 30th that these guys are going to drop. There's 3 artists, and there's a Museum of Modern Art like unique exclusive shoe to make for the 4 silhouettes that we're going to look at today. So without further ado, let's get into this video about the upcoming collaboration between the VANS sneaker line and the Museum of Modern Art. This is the Tokyo Butter 23 Sneaker Channel, Tokyo Butter 23 Sneaker Channel des. Mainichi Absuru no de Mainichi Michigan Design. Every single day from Tokyo, Japan, I bring you content about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news, and sneaker reviews. And today we've got a bit of a strange one. We're mashing up art and sneakers, and I know there are people out there who would say, but sneakers are art, or sneaker design is a form of art. Yes, I get all of that. But really, I mean, we're talking classic artists, like millions and millions of dollars for one painting, and as expensive as your Yeezys might be, or as expensive as your one-of-one sneakers might be, they're never quite going to get into that multi-million-dollar bracket. So it's a whole different world, but the Museum of Modern Art has decided to take those iconic prints from some of the biggest artists of all time and put them on to one of the greatest silhouettes and shoes brands of all time, which is the VANS, and it just makes perfect sense. They go hand in hand and really just match beautifully, really well. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take a look at the 4 shoes I told you about, which are the 3 with the artist and the 1 that's just sort of all for the Museum of Modern Art, like a Museum of Modern Art shoe, and get into that in today's video. So without further ado, I'm going to get into what I know, and then gradually we're going to get into what I don't know. Now what I know is Claude Monet, and even now I'm still like, ooh, is that his first name? Have I got that wrong? I don't think I've got it wrong. And what we're talking about is water lilies. And there was this classic era that he went through in these paintings. Hopefully I'll put the painting up. I don't know if I'll be able to find a good picture of it, but I'll put the painting up and then we'll put the shoes up. And this is the shoe that is inspired by that painting. And it's all about the water lilies of Claude Monet. And this one here is, let me think, the water lilies are on the authentic. They're on the authentic, the VANS authentic silhouette. And the reason I know that is because the VANS authentic silhouette, I think, has 4 eyelets on it. And the Era has 5 eyelets on it, or it's the other way around. And the thing that I'm confused about is because the Monet one is on the authentic, I think I'm right in saying, and then the actual Museum of Modern Art, like dedicated brand ones, are on the Eras, and they're a very close silhouette to each other. So if I've mixed those two up, I've mixed the Era and the authentics up, apologies for that. But I think I'm right in saying that the Monets are on those authentics, and that's you can see that connection between that classic Monet water lilies painting And then the actual shoe itself, it's like a true representation. It's not like a hint or a nod to the paintings. It's actually the print itself on the shoe. And then we'll see this on all three of the shoes that we can look up in close today with the artist. It's also on the insole. If you look deep inside of them, you've got that MOMA Ministry. I'm going to keep saying that, Museum of Modern Art sort of moniker on the inside of these shoes. So, so first things first, you've got the Monets. Now, I know Claude Monet as an artist, you know, from just the basic big stuff, you know what I'm saying? If you were to kind of tell me even one of these sort of lesser known but still well known and expensive paintings, I probably wouldn't know what you're talking about. And the same goes for this right here. This is Salvador Dalí. If you were like me and you went to university at any time in the last like 30 years, someone that you know had a picture like this on their wall, like a poster on the wall. And Salvador Dalí was a very big artist, I believe in the early part of the 1900s. And this one here, I think I'm right in saying it's the one with the sort of melting clock on it and time is standing still and all of that. And it's something about memory. I can't remember the title of the painting. But anyway, the important thing is that that is then transferred onto your classic VANS old school twist sneaker. And this is the only one that has an element of the actual sneaker design coming through onto the shoe itself, because you've got that VANS kind of stripe that runs along the side, and they've kept that in and built it into the shoe. So it's the old school silhouette, but then you've got that representation of the Salvador Dalí painting very clear on the shoe, and it's not again a representation, it's like a print on the shoe. And again on that insole you see that MoMA, that Museum of Modern Art moniker on the inside there. So they're the two that I know. The one that I don't know, I promise you, and the people who are into art and who are enjoying this video because of the art side of things might be shouting at me in a couple of seconds time, but I swear, honestly, full disclosure, I don't know who the third artist is. I think I'm right in saying his name is Kandinsky. And the painting is something to do with orange, but I've never seen the painting before, and I've never heard of the artist before. Even after I looked at the shoe and researched it, I was still like, nah, Kandinsky doesn't mean anything to me. So that's kind of my level of understanding of art. It's really basic, and it's basically like your sort of pop artists, your famous people, the standard middle of the road famous artists, even slightly unique or unusual artists, not got a clue. And Kandinsky, for me, I don't know who he is, don't know anything. In fact, it could be a woman for all I know. I really don't know. And again, if you're into your art and you're shouting at your TV or your video or your iPad or whatever just now, I mean, fair dues, I should just put my hands up and say you're right. I maybe should know that, but I'm just not that cultured. So but it doesn't matter about that. What does matter is that this is a great silhouette because the slip-on gives more canvas, pun intended, for the art to actually be projected onto. And again, you've got that silhouette, the print of the artwork on the shoe itself, and of course the MoMA on the inside for the Museum of Modern Art there. So that's the three artist shoes, but then there's a fourth shoe, which I think I'm right in saying is the Eras, and I think there are two of them, and I'll be showing you a picture on the green screen here, and they do hark back to that classic checkerboard design of the VANS, which was actually kids just playing around in the 70s. VANS used to be just sort of a solid, canvas color or blue or whatever, and then kids would take marker pens and mark in that checkerboard themselves, and then I think it was the son of the owner of VANS saw that and thought, why don't we actually put that into production? So what you'll be seeing here is that kind of checkerboard design on, I think I'm right in saying it's Eras. I hope I haven't got that wrong. I mixed that with the Authentics. And then there's two different colorways that have that checkerboard, but then a little bit more to go with that Museum of Modern Art vibe. And staying on that picture before we go to the last pair of shoes in this set, there's also the accessories that go with these shoes, like hats and shirts and stuff like that as well. So it's not just the shoes, but also there's more of a broader kind of run with the accessories and stuff. And like I said, the last pair of shoes is actually kids. Bang! There's some kids' shoes that go with this set as well. I don't know what the silhouettes are with these. I'm not that knowledgeable about kids' shoes in the VANS line, but it's cool that they're having that shout out there, and you've got that MoMA vibe coming through on those as well. And like I say, this is the first set that's coming out September 30th, but there's going to be another set in a couple of weeks' time. But when I saw these, it was, I don't know, I just felt like it was a video I kind of had to do. I don't know much about VANS, I don't know much about art, but there's something about this tie-up and this collaboration that sort of ticked all the boxes for me, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do that. I'm going to talk about that at the channel and bring that to you guys. So I hope you appreciate it. I hope somewhere along the line I was able to sort of enrich your lives, and if nothing else, gave you somebody to laugh at who doesn't know much about art. But it's a great set, it's a great concept. It's really true the way that they've put the prints from the pictures onto the shoes, so it isn't like just a hint or a little bit of design here or there. It's a real honest representation of the painting on the shoe, and I kind of really like that. And I also like to support, you know, Ministry, there we go again, the Museum of Modern Art, a place I've never been. I've never been to New York City, and obviously I've never been to the Museum of Modern Art. I have here in Tokyo, Japan, been to, I think it's the Museum of Contemporary Art they call it, but it's probably a similar thing. So you know, I have experience of it, but like I say, not at all knowledgeable. If you are more knowledgeable, hit us up with comments down below and let us know. For now though, it's time for me to sign off, you know, and I do what I do at the end of every single one of my videos, which is just tell you guys that I do this every single day, and I think we're up to like 650 consecutive days without a single day missed. And the important part of that, the fact of the matter is that because I do this every single day, you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.